Hello everyone, I'm back again and I am here today because I just watched a movie last night and it was the Best Picture winner this past Oscars. It was Parasite and I've been hearing all the hype around it and I just haven't had the chance to watch it. I was gonna go buy it, but then because of all of the stuff going on, I didn't want to go out and like touch things. And so anyway, they put it on Hulu, and so I was able to finally watch it. And let me tell you, it 100% deserves the Oscar. Now it won, at the Oscars, it won like Best Picture, Best Director for Bong Joon-ho. I think it won Best Screenplay, perhaps, and Best Foreign Film. And it is a movie that I feel like when you watch it more than once, you pick up on more things and themes that it's trying to put out. Basically, the movie, I'm not going to give anything away because there's a huge twist in this that I don't think anyone would ever be able to say they saw coming. There is no way anyone, if you have been spoiled and know what the twist is, then it doesn't really ruin the movie, but it's such a huge twist that I feel like it would kind of spoil the experience. So if you haven't seen this movie, don't look up anything on it, just go watch it. So it's basically about a family, and they are, I'm not going to try to say the Korean names because I will butcher them and I don't want to do that. So it's about a Korean family, and they live in this like semi-level apartment, and it's like kind of underground, but they have a window where they can see out, and they obviously are super poor. There's the dad, Mr. Kim, the son, the daughter, and the wife. And they're trying to steal the neighbor's Wi-Fi. They're folding pizza boxes. They're obviously like trying to like get through life doing these like menial things. You heard about like a bakery that they opened and it was a failure, and the dad is always trying to come up with ideas for them to make money. And a family friend comes by one day and he says, hey, I've been tutoring this girl in this rich family, the Park family. The son, he asked the son if he would like to tutor her, and the son's like, well, I don't have a college education. I've never really tutored anyone. He's like, well, you're very smart, so you should go and you should apply and see, you know, if you can get in. And the sister makes him like a fake college transcript, and basically he goes and he gets the job with this wealthy family, and they have their own problems, and it kind of goes on from there. I don't want to give too much away, but once the son gets the job, he starts getting his family members jobs there, and subsequently the people that already work for them lose their jobs, and they kind of are moving in one by one. So the sister comes in and is like an art therapist to the wealthy family's younger son, and the mom becomes the maid or the housekeeper, and the dad becomes their driver. So there's so many twists and turns, and there's a bunch of themes. It's basically a class thing. So I think Bong Joon-ho was trying to say that, or trying to show the difference between the classes, and I think, I don't want to give too much away with the themes and what I thought, but it's definitely one of those tales. It's like, be careful who you screw on your way up, because you're gonna see them like on the way down. I just feel like it's a commentary. He said it's a very Korean tale. It's not for Koreans, but to me, I feel like it can span across any country, wherever you're from, any culture. You can understand like the wealthy and thinking, you know, thinking they're better and feeling like the poor are just treated so badly. And there's a couple scenes where the father, the wealthy Mr. Park, he smells the Mr. Kim, and as he's driving him, and he says to the wife later on in the movie, like, he's a very good driver, you know, he stays in line, but what crosses that line is his smell. It's the smell of the people on the subway when I ride the subway sometimes. So it's showing again the class system and how they can work together and not work together, but he can be in his house, he can be driving his car, but there's still that barrier. There's still that air of, ugh, he has that smell of poorness on him. And I think it's just, he demonstrates it so well. It honestly is, I think Bong Joon-ho described it as a tragic comedy. I would say it's a tragic comedy, and I would also say there's a little bit of horror in there. I'm not going to say where the horror comes in, but if you've watched the movie, you know the scene that is freaky. And there was another, oh, and in the beginning, the family friend who gives or tells the son about the job working for the wealthy people, he gives them this stone. This was the other theme that kind of carries through the story. He gives him this stone that his grandfather had when he was in the war. He found when he was in the war, and he's had it, and he's passed it down, and he passed it to them as a symbol of everything is going to go great. It's a symbol of wealth. You're going to get a lot when you have this stone. And so the son in the family always finds him, or he's always like carrying it around. There's something that happens later on in the story, and it kind of comes to him again, and it just changes the feeling of everything. And like the stone really takes you through the story, and it kind of tells you how they are feeling and how the meaning of the stone changes to the family throughout the whole story. And I just think it's such an expertly done movie. It is tense, it is funny, it's everything you would want a Best Picture to be, and I am so glad that it won. And it's the first actually foreign language film that's won Best Picture, and I think it's so deserved. I honestly think out of all of the Best Picture nominees I've seen this year, I think that one has to be my favorite. I'm so glad that I finally watched it. I wasn't going to watch it, but since it was on Hulu, I'm so glad I watched it. It's my favorite film probably of last year. So if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!